Cool. So, gonna go over my trades today, and I'll go over your guys' trades, whatever you guys want to go over. Anything works out. Let's go to YM because I just took one trade today. And let's go to the 5 minute. Welcome, Kia. All right. Yeah, today was a great morning. I think I finally have figured out how to make this ATM so I can just automate the orb in and of itself without babysitting it at all. All right, so first trade I took today was a 15-minute orb retest, and that is the only trade that I took today. So I'm gonna mark out the high and low of the first 15-minute candle, which is basically the first three candles of the first three 5-minute candles. But to make it a little easier to see for those who can't understand candlesticks like that just yet, let's turn off these BS for now. So first 15-minute candle, mark off the high and low. Then I jump down to the 5-minute and then have the 15-minute level just so you guys can physically see it with me. Cool. So pretty much all I did was once I saw this candle displace the previous high, as we have right here, I pretty much took, as soon as this candle closed, I put a buy limit order at the 50, not the 50 fib, at the 15-minute level right over here. So I put a buy limit order, and then my stop loss is always 50 points. My max target is 2-to-1 risk reward, so 100 points. However, because I didn't want to stay too long because I had to go run some errands and go to an appointment, I just took it off at 50 points, made 250 bucks times three, so 750 in about 10 minutes, 5 minutes. Yeah, in about 5 minutes or so. Got my 50 points, got off, called it a day, and went about my business. However, price continued going to hit my second target on this massive bullish candle right over here, um, which would have been really nice because I would have gotten my 2R and I would probably been done for tomorrow too. It almost hit 3R. It was literally what, like three ticks away, two ticks away, and then it reversed. If I would have held any runners, I would have just moved my stop up every time the candles closed. So once this candle closed up here, and then once this candle up here closed, and then we got a reversal, I would have been stopped out at 96 points if I were to babysit the position, which I did not today. But that's pretty much all I took today. Any questions on that? We Let me look at RTYs. I don't think RTY printed a good one. Oh yeah, RTY. So we can see the difference here on RTY, right? Even though we have a candle that closed above the 15-minute level, which is this high, it didn't really create any displacement. That body is super tiny, and then we have a wick. I would not touch that at all. That's not what I want. So we can compare it to the one on YM that we got today. Big candle, little to no wick, and then we just get in immediately. And it closed a decent amount above the 15-minute level, right? As opposed to RTY that had like a 3 tick or 4 tick or something like that, close above the level. I'm throwing numbers out. I don't know exactly. Yeah, definitely. Let's look at ES. ES, it's the same thing as RTY. I definitely wouldn't have done it myself. NQ, yeah, this NQ, the exact same thing as ES, RTY, and the others. Yeah, I wouldn't have touched anything here. Let me look up gold just because I haven't looked at this up at gold at all. Um, hmm. So for gold today, it had a it had an okay candle closing above that level, and it would have tagged you in. It only went against you by literally one tick or two ticks, and then it rocketed up. I don't trade gold, but as far as I know, this setup works on everything. You just have to figure out what works for gold because I don't know the how many points is a good average or not because I've never taken it here. I just came on this just for out of curiosity. Interesting. Hmm. Did have a dirty W here. Oh, something to note on YM. Look what we printed right before market opened. A dirty W. I wouldn't have taken it, but something that was interesting when I saw it. So for tomorrow, this isn't a factor since we got red folder at 10 a.m. Um, Not necessarily because for the most part, we should be out of the trade by 10 a.m. If we have red folder at 9:45, I'm probably not going to take it because it could spike me. It can spike against me. So if it's a red folder and 9:45, I do not take that trade at all. I leave it alone. I'll skip that day, even if it works. So we're going to get in on the 9:50 candle, and we basically have 10 minutes for it to hit at least one target, which generally it should be hitting at least 50 points within 10, 15 minutes. Now, if you are so inclined to wait until the news comes out at 10, I would move my stop loss above break even so it can at least be green if it spikes against you. And if it doesn't spike against you, enjoy those 100 points or more, depending the news. But yeah, on the other ticker, the other main indices, it didn't, nothing really happened. Only YM showed out today, which is great. Cool. Any other trades you guys want me to look at? Anything that you guys took? I guess nobody else traded today, huh? If not, I'll just start making the watch list and we'll stop the trade recap in a minute or so. Shout out to you, Brown. I don't know how you do it. Spy on the 5 minute. Yeah, what trade did you take for Spy on the 5 minute? What's at 130? 130. Oh, nice. Pretty much caught this not that clean, but still a bearish TTO. They gave you like a second entry when this three failed. You took the two and two down? Sweet. Definitely a good one. So Kia basically got in here on this 2-1-2 down. And let's see. When did you get out? What time? V05. Pretty much on this candle here. Did you get out when the 15-minute reversed or something else reversed? Or the hour? Or when the hour closed as a green candle? Or maybe the 30-minute? The hour? When you saw these wicks? Gotcha. Yeah, definitely a solid trade. So got in here, got out at 305. A $2.50 move on SPY. If you did zero DTEs at the end of the day, that would make sense with the P&L that you sent me. Fantastic work. Definitely a good one. Sweet. Alec, was it it was this one over here, right? I think you took this TTO like around 155. Well, it's not really a TTO. This is more so just like a continuation because a TTO needs to break the previous highs and lows and then continue heading down. Yours basically just came down, stayed within the range, and then just went like straight down. It didn't break any highs or previous highs or lows. It just stayed inside bar and then continuation. While this one over here broke the previous highs and then we're breaking the previous lows. Or yeah, to continue. If my brain is working properly today. Great trades. Here's a really clean TTO on YM on the 15-minute that happened today. One thing to note, my cousin took this TTO on YM. I would not have taken this one. First of all, because there's a hammer up here and a doji, and I have never seen a TTO that I take that's a good one ever have these two candles, right? We have to see what the candles are telling us. Not to get too complicated, but you kind of pick it up over time. If we get a hammer that prints and then a doji, and then the big candle comes out of nowhere, that's telling me that whatever buyers were here, they got sold off and they're no longer around. So on this three up, while yeah, sure, it's a TTO, I wouldn't have taken it because this center area is not clean. Let's look at the 15-minute for a better one. So we see on the 15-minute, we just have candles slowly inching down, print a failed two down hammer, and you take it up as soon as it breaks that hammer high. This one I would have taken personally. Got in right here. Stop loss, I wouldn't have used 88 points. I probably would have used maybe around like under this candle or 50% of the hammer because 88 is too much for me personally. And then we're going to be aiming for it. So you can aim for the previous candle highs or the bodies if you want. In this case for YM, that's about $220 or $255 or $305. Me personally, I'm not gonna let $200 go red, so you can definitely take some profit off if you wanted. Obviously, this is going to be different for options since, it's based on your scales or your scaling. If it is going to be a valid TTO, though, it is going to break that high. So if you want to kind of just go and just wait until it breaks, you can definitely do that too. If I would have taken profit at the body and then or the wick, I would have missed out on an additional like $150 or so, or $100 or so. So something to note if you want to do it like this. So if it's going to be a valid TTO, it is going to break this high and it's going to make a high of day. And then you can just trail the candles until it reverses on you. So if I got in here, my runner would have been stopped out once price reversed here at about 65 points. Granted, I'm not going to let 100 points go red, so I'm probably going to move my stop up to 100 points as soon as this candle closes, because I'm not letting $500 go back to $300 personally. So this is a better TTO overall than this one on the 5 minute that we have here. Does that make sense? Cool. All right. Any more trades that you guys want me to look at? If not, I am gonna go make the watch list, which I'll keep the stream up if you guys want to hang out. Sweet. Oh, what is this? It's not what I want. I haven't seen a kid play in a while. Never mind, I lied. But the closing price and the opening price don't match up. Close enough though. All right, let me stop the trade recap recording.